Peace and love, family. As you can see, we in the garage today. Would much rather be outside, but for convenience purposes, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna do this one in the garage. So got a good little quick, fast little mini fire ritual, SHREEM BRZEE fire ritual, right? These are very powerful. Now, Dr. Puja says, I think, of all the techniques, the fire lab is the most evolved. It is the shortcut to obtain wealth, right? So, this is very powerful. And the reason being is because pretty much fire is like the gateway between the physical realm and the spiritual realm, you know? Fire is the gateway between the physical world and the spiritual world, right? Because if you think about it, fire is kind of like both, you know? Fire itself is kind of like both. It's physical, but then, you know, you see that physical fire, you know, you see that flame or whatever, but then that very tip of that flame, you know, that tip of that flame is going from fire to now it's, you know, now it's literally in the ether. It's just turning to, now it's just heat. So you put your hand over it, you feel that heat coming from it. You can't see that heat, but you feel it, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, so it's, I don't know, it's, you get what I mean, you know? So, you know, fire is kind of like, a physical representation of like both sides, you know, above and below, you know, physical and spiritual. So fire, very powerful. So being that it's like, you know, the bridgeway, the gateway from the physical to the spiritual realm, we pretty much, you know, have direct communication and direct contact with all the gods and goddesses, right? You know, it only makes sense. You know, all the deities up there, pretty much fire is like the, you know, the fastest way to get in touch with them. So this is why fire rituals are very, very, very powerful. And this is why Dr. Puja said that, right? So, you know, and then even under the right circumstances, on a Friday, on an extreme power time, on power times, this is when you get those extremely huge, crazy SHREEM BRZEE miracles, right? When you do these powerful techniques at these powerful times, you know? It's all about how and when with SHREEM BRZEE. I feel like how, you know, how are you doing SHREEM BRZEE? And then when, you know, when are you doing SHREEM BRZEE? You know, you could chant, you know, a bunch of times, you know, at a non-SHREEM BRZEE, non-Lakshmi, non-Venus hour or non-Venus day, you know, non-SHREEM BRZEE day, go off. Or, you know, you chant, you know, a couple times, you know, half of that, you know, on a power time, it's way more powerful, you know what I'm saying? So make sure you're doing it at the right times. Very key. Yeah, so, yeah, I think we're ready to get into this without further ado. What else can I say, though, about SHREEM BRZEE? It was something else I was just about to say, I think. Oh, yeah. I guess I went back to my roots, and I slept, and I listened to SHREEM BRZEE the other night, and then I woke up, and, you know, it was crazy. Like, you know, I woke up to text messages of people asking to buy stuff, you know, then my mom hit me up, you know, asking if I needed stuff. You know, it was just a whole bunch of energy, a whole bunch of people coming at me, you know, pretty much on that, you know, on that gifting energy, like, you know. And I was like, dang, I slept with SHREEM BRZEE in my earbuds, so don't sleep. Well, no pun intended. Don't sleep on listening to SHREEM BRZEE while you sleep, you know. it's very powerful, you know. So when you go to bed, throw them headphones in. It's like you're getting in a bunch of chant sessions low key, because, you know, you wouldn't think listening is powerful, but that's how I started off getting results. So, you know, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot listening to it is real strong too. It's real powerful, you know. So, and this is how I discovered it. So I've been talking enough. Let's get into this thing. Let me switch up the view real quick. So we out here. Got all our materials, right? I got my bay leaves. You know, roll all my stuff on there, you know. Wrote $10,000 a month. Thank you, you know, exclamation points, because I'm excited. And, you know, oops, forgot to do it on this one. I think it's the last one, but, and then I wrote the magic words on the back of each one of them. So $10,000 a month. Thank you, because I'm thanking the universe, you know, and kind of reinforced and reminding myself that it's already done, you know. It's already manifested. Now, who is it? That damn sound like somebody in my yard. I'm like, who's in my yard? Sound like an old man. Then on the back, you know, got the magic word, SHREEM BRZEE. So I got that one. Uno. Dos. Kind of broke off, you know. Thank you. Boom. SHREEM BRZEE. Now, when I was burning the bay leaves regularly, I was getting into a habit of that. A lot of good things were happening, so I would say make burning bay leaves, you know, writing anything that you want to manifest, you know. So $10,000 a month, new job, new car. Write down things you want to manifest on here, or things you want to stop doing, or, you know, any type of command, you know. Whatever you write on the bay leaves is just what's you're trying to manifest. Whatever your intention is, it's just gonna manifest that. So I want $10,000 a month right now, you know. So got those two. Those trace. You know, SHREEM BRZEE. 3 and 4, you know. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Do however many you want, you know, do as many as you can. I get addicted to burning these things, and you'll find out when you do these little, you know, rituals and fire rituals and fire labs and stuff. I don't know, it's something about burning this stuff. You can kind of feel it, you know. Feel it working. So got those 4 leaves, and then I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 M's in my bank account. 7 SHREEM BRZEE pages. You know, millionaire I am. Got the little Reiki symbol, make it more powerful. Remember, this means place the power of the universe here. Just makes things stronger, you know. So we're gonna use all these materials to burn. And got my little pot. Is what we're gonna use to burn the stuff in. And got the pyramid, you know, just for I guess aesthetics and ambiance and good energy, you know what I'm saying? Make the atmosphere around here protected. And it's citrine, so making it a money environment, very appropriate, right? All right, I'm gonna switch the view up so y'all can see it. All right, so I think we're ready to do this thing. Here's my SHREEM BRZEE papers right here. I got them all. I folded them up, you see, to make easy burning. All I did was took it like this, boom, one time, boom, two times, boom, three times. And I heard where, you know, when you're doing spiritual work and manifesting and stuff, whatever you writing down on these papers and stuff, if it's an intention you're trying to manifest, if you want something that has to do with something coming to you or whatever, like I want money to come to me, you know, so I'm writing these SHREEM BRZEEs. So I heard you're supposed to fold things towards you, you know, instead of folding things, you know, away from you. So you want to take papers, so I'm folding it towards me because the money's coming to me, right? So just little things that might make a little difference. I don't know. So, you know, just a side note. All right. So I think I'm gonna start off first with the bay leaves. I like the bay leaves the best. Yeah. And this is just a mini fire ritual, you know what I'm saying? In the perfect world, I would want to maybe have a fire already going in here. I just don't want to keep one steady burning, you know, so I'm just gonna, you know, light them and then drop them. And then when I get to the papers will kind of have a steady fire going, and I'll just keep tossing, it'll just keep burning, you know. So just to reiterate, if I haven't already said, you want to be outside for this. Best thing, you know, especially when it's burning, you know, it can go straight into the into the atmosphere and go straight up to the gods, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're just gonna do it in here just because feasibility purposes, you know. So what I will do though, and when you probably seen the video before, when you burn the bay leaves, you know, you can burn them, put them in there, and then take those ashes and dump them outside. Either toss them in the grass, or if you can, bury them in the soil. Dig a little hole and then pour the ashes in there and bury it into the earth. You know, that's the best way to end your manifestations or your little rituals and stuff, and discard any spiritual trash per se. Buried it into the earth. You know, the earth is a good waste basket per se, you know, for spiritual work. Yeah, so so after that we'll dump this into the grass. So here we go. SHREEM BRZEE, SHREEM BRZEE. Oh yeah, while we're doing the ritual, you know, of course, if you haven't seen Dr. Puja, you know, we're gonna chant the mantra as we do it, you know. SHREEM BRZEE, 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 SHREEM BRZEE. All right, we're done with the bay leaves. SHREEM BRZEE. Thank you, Lakshmi. Thank you, Lakshmi. Thank you, Vishwamishra. Thank you, Ganesha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. 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 Thank you, universe. Thank you, Lakshmi. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you, supreme being. Thank you, everyone and everything. All right. Now we shall do the papers. Right. SHREEM BRZEE, 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 SHREEM BRZEE. The bay leaf smells good, you know. That notebook paper smells like ink, though. I still like kind of like the smell of it. Okay, now we're about to add some turmeric to the equation. All right. SHREEM BRZEE, 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 SHREEM BRZEE. And we're finished. Good clean burn, good little fire, and I am happy with the results. So, yep, added that turmeric. As you all know, maybe the turmeric is, you know, Lakshmi's herb. turmeric is Lakshmi. All gods and goddesses have a herb or flower or some type of plant life, I believe, that they're all associated with, and turmeric is Lakshmi. So turmeric is why, you know, we were pouring it into our little fire for our fire puja, fire ritual. All right, and that concludes it, guys. Love y'all. Hope y'all do y'all little fire ritual out there. It's very powerful, guys. I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.